Right, now lamai on the first element, assets. First element lamai assets. Okay, the simply I will write down just one word. The simple meaning of assets means lamai, but as resources, right? Resource, right? On the resources. Clear the resources. Simply resources. Understand? Resources. So now, right, I'll consider first example as a for assets motor vehicle. This is my motor vehicle. Okay, the right motor vehicle. Motor vehicle, right? Same, correct pronounce it. Motor vehicle, right? Motor vehicle, right? So normally, let's think like this. Then we are going to identify this motor vehicle as an asset, right? Our our resources, right? Simply, let's think this is purchased around 5 years ago. 5 years ago, what? Purchased. Purchased. Okay, the 5 years ago purchased. That's why now you have the car, right? You have a car now, right? On the first one. Right. Next one. Can you tell me what are the benefits? What are the benefits of this motor vehicle? What's the benefits of this motor vehicle? You can travel, right? Me hope to travel. Expect to get future benefits. Me expect to get what? Expect to actually travel. Travel. Okay, on the first one. So clear on traveling purpose, right? That's the future benefits, right? So next one, able to control this one. Then this motor vehicle, you can control me. You can control. Able to control. Understand? Able to control. Right? Then what is the meaning of controlling? Control means you can maintain, right? Maintains. You can maintain and you can install security system. Understood? Therefore, right? This is the one. So if you want to identify something, anything as an asset, there are three criteria, right? There are three criteria. On the first one, my 5 years ago, right? Then buildings constructed around two years ago, right? 50 years ago, right? 15 years ago, like that. That's why now you have a resources, right? So first one, as a result of past event. Result of past transaction event, simply we call event, right? Event means simply asset, right? Sorry, simply transaction, right? Event. So expect to get me, expect travel, right? So I'll write down expectation. Expect to get what? Future economic benefits. Future economic benefits. Understand? Future economic benefits. Expectation, right? It doesn't matter if you can't if you can't get few benefits at the moment, right? But if you have expectation, get right expectation. That's the main point, right? If you have expectation to get future economic benefits, now you can recognize as an asset, right? On the third point, able to control. Third point, business is able to control the asset. Able to control the asset. Right? Understood. So if we want to identify asset, right? These are the three criteria. What are the criteria? As a result of past event, right? Expect to get future economic benefits, and business is able to control the asset, right? Control the asset. Understand the right? These are the assets. Normally, other examples: land, building, motor vehicles, machines, right? Cash, right? Stocks, right? Stock means simply inventories held for resale purpose. Understand the right? Clear? Okay. The right. Like, let's write down examples in your page number 2 here. If you don't have tools, please write down in your CR book, right? And I'll explain. There are new terms, right? I here, right here, page number 2. Write down examples. First one, my first example, cash. Then next one, stocks, right? I'll explain my stocks. Stocks in brackets, write down inventory. I will explain my special words here, right? Inventory. We are on page number 2 now. Then I will write down a special term, special asset. I will write down here, trade debtors. I will explain this one. Just write down trade debtors, or another word, trade receivable. Trade receivable. Okay, then trade receivable. Special word, no? Special asset. I'll explain. Next one, special asset lamai. I'll write down prepaid expenses. I will explain each, right? Prepaid expenses. Right, prepaid expense. I will explain. Okay. Next one, another asset. Another asset. Advances given. Special. Advances given. Next one. Income receivables. Income receivables. Okay, the income receivables. Special, huh? Special assets. That's why I written in red color pen, right? And income receivables. Next one, my intangible assets. Right, intangible assets. Next one, property, plant and equipment. Property, plant and equipment. Property, plant and equipment. Okay, the short term I write down PP&E. PPE. Right, we call PPE. Property, plant and equipment. First of all, write down in page number 2 under examples, right? I'll explain some. No need to explain my caches, right? Other things I'll explain, right? First of all, write down stocks. Right. Simply my stock means we call in accounting subject another term. This is the correct term, my inventory. Inventory. Right, inventory. So let's think in vegetable shop. Right, in vegetable shop, what are the inventories? Right, in a car sale. In a car sale. In a car sale. Right, in like what? Flower shop. Right, selling flowers. What are the inventories? Simply my inventory means items, right? Stocks, right? Goods which were, right, which are held for resale purpose, right? Resale purpose. Simply විකුණන්න තියාගෙන ඉන්න දේවල්, right? Items, goods which are held for resale purpose. In vegetable shop, what are the inventories then? Right? Inventories, vegetable shop selling flowers then. But what's inventory? Stocks. Vegetables. Neither. Vegetables. Me. Vegetable. Vegetable stock. Understand? I mean, asset. What are the future benefits? You can sell it, right? You can sell few stocks and get future benefits, right? Cashes, right? I mean, here in cars, right? Cars for like helpful administrative purpose or use purpose or resale purpose. Cars which are helpful resale purpose, right? Cars for sales. Understand? Cars for sales, right? Okay, we call stocks. Understand? Cars stocks. Not for users, right? Cars for sales. In flowers shop, flowers. Flowers for sales. Understand me? Vegetables for sales. Stocks which are held for resale purpose. That's the stock. Trade debtors. Oh, I told you trade what? Receivables. Trade receivables, right? This is the one very special one, right? Let's see how it can be an asset, right? So this is now a business now. B means business, right? This is now on right. This is right. This is the customer. This is the customer. Okay, so customer, right? So let's think business selling goods to the customers, but not receiving cashes, not received what? Not received cash. That means Lamai, we call this one what is a transaction? Cash basis. So what's the other base? Right? There are two type of transactions. Cash basis. So other basis what? Credit basis. On credit basis. Right? On credit basis. Right? On credit basis. On credit basis means on credit. On credit basis, right? Without receiving cashes, right? Sell it, right? Then let's think this is all for the value lamai. Let's think around 1,000 rupees, right? Now 1,000 rupees goods sold to the customer, then not receiving. Therefore, it should be lamai receivable, right? Me receivable ni. Receivable කියලා කියන්නේ හම්බෙන්න තියෙනවා නේ. Receivable how much? 1,000 rupees. Right? 1,000 rupees. Correct. Right? 1,000 rupees should be receivable from this customer. Therefore, this receivable amount lamai, right? This receivable amount will be an asset for the business because you can get future benefits from this customer, right? Around 1,000 rupees will be receivable, right? Will be receivable to the business. Future you can control me as a result of past event here, me sold goods, sold. What's the future benefits? Right? Me receiving 1,000 rupees in future within 2 months, 3 months will be received. Right? Can you control? Yes. You can inform them to please settle the balance, right? Like that you can control. Therefore, we call this receivable balance. It will be an asset for the business. We call it what? Trade debtors. Trade debtors. Right? Trade debtor. That receivable balance. Trade means because our items good selling is me. Oh, there's another word lamai. What? Trade. What? Receivables. Both are correct. Trade receivables. Understand? Right? Did you understand the meaning of debtors? Debtor means simply receivable balance from the customers, right? Me, if you want, write down like this. Receivable balance from the customer. From the customer. Okay, there. Understand? Write down the topic, subtopic. Prepaid expenses. Right. So this is the business, right? Business. right? Let's think. Uh, there's a building, right? Building. So this is the own of the building, right? Own of the building, right? Let's see. Right. Own of the building. Right. This is the own of the building, right? Own of the building, right? So let's think. Then business has rented this building, so we have to pay what rent expense, right? Rent expense. So let's think for a June month, right? Right. We are on now June month. June month. For the June month, right? We have to pay around 10,000. Sorry, no, around 60,000 rent. That is a rent. So rent means what? Expenses, simply rent, electricity, salaries, whatever expense. So this is expense, right? Salary, or sorry, rent expense. Understand? But right? Less thing you can pay 2 months, 3 months, right? Next few months rent in advance, right? You can pay me less in addition to the June month. You can pay how much? Let's think 2 months rents, right? Right. Let's say 3 months rent, right? Next 3 months rent in advance. Understand? Next 3 months rent you can pay in advance. Therefore, let's think for a month 16. 3 months how much? 120, 180,000. So can you recognize this one as an expense, right? Paid for next 2-3 months expense in advance. Can you recognize it? What do you think? Huh? What do you think? No, right? You can't recognize Lamai as an expense because why? Then this one Lamai, let's think for the June end of the June month, you benefited, right? You stay in the building, right? Benefited definitely after staying in the building, you can pay rent, therefore rent expense, right? After utilize electricities, you can pay electricity expense. But here, pay next 2-3 months expenses in advance, right? Benefited the no, still not yet benefited. Understand? Still not yet benefited. Therefore, right, in next 2-3 months, you can get future benefits, right? What's the future benefits? You can stay, you can rent this building next 2-3 months, but you still paid, right? Get, right? Able to get what? Future benefit. Understand? Able to get future benefits. You can stay in the building next 2-3 months, right? Therefore, what? You can get future economic benefits. Therefore, we call this one Lamai, right? You can identify this 180,000 as a what? Prepaid, right? Prepaid expense. But here I call prepaid rent expenses. Prepaid rent expense. Understand? Prepaid electricity expense, paid electricities, right? Prepaid telephone. Then you can reload that is what? Prepaid, paid before cost. Then after getting cost, it will be an expense. Understand? Right. Next example. Advances given. Okay. Right. Now again, this is a business one. Right. Let's think there's a supplier, right? Supplier again, right? Supplier, right? But She's a girl actually now. Right. Girl. Right. Girl. This is a supplier. Right. No supplier. Okay, the supplier. Right. Let's think now business am I going to purchase raw materials, right? Products, right? Going to purchase raw material to the business like fabrics. We are going to manufacture t-shirts, right? So we have to get fabrics, right? As a raw materials, right? So, right, business has paid amount around 100,000 as an advance, right? Advance paid to this supplier, right? Supplier and inform them to please provide, right? Provide fabrics, right? Fabrics within next month, right? Within next month, right? Me, there's a time period within next month. So this paid amount will be an expense for the business. Paid, just paid, but still not yet received goods, right? Not purchases, right? Right. What's the future? Can you identify this one as an expense? No. So from this person, from this supplier, that advance amount, right? Advance. So we call me given dunna, given, advance given, right? So that amount lamai 100,000, right? You have to recognize as an asset because still not yet received goods. What's the future benefits here? There was a past transaction me paid. Can't you control it? You can control. You can ask, please provide the goods immediately and on time, right? Like that, you can ask, right? You can control. You can control the supply up to the paid amount, right? But what's the future benefits here? Me, this 100,000 value of goods will be received to the business within next month. Within next month. Understand? Then can't you get future benefits? Yes. Future benefits will be received to the business, up to 100,000 value. Therefore, that paid amount, right, cash decreases, but that paid amount, on the other hand, will be an asset to the business because future benefits in the P&L. Future benefits will be received. Understand? Therefore, we call this what? What's the asset name? Advances given. Clear? The advances given. Right. What? Income receivables, right? Income receivables. Right. So now on again, right? Let's think this is the business. Clear? This is the business. Right? This is the business, and here, right? Business has a building now. Right now, business has a building. Right? A building. Business has a building. So, business has rent the building, rent out. Right? Rent out a building to a right the person. Right? This person, right? Yes, so, right. So rent out, and on the other hand, rent will be income or expense. Rent income or expense. What do you think? Rent will be income or expense for the business. Rent out given, right? Rent what? Income, right? Rent income, right? Let's think, right? For our month, let's think June month, right? Around 80,000 should be receivable as an income, right? Received. But this is my listing not yet received from the person, not yet what received. Understand? Not yet received. Therefore, this will be what? Receivable. Future benefits will be received, right? Within next 2 months, 3 months, right? Definitely within 1 month, 2 months, it should be right paid, right? It will be received, right? Future benefits will be received due to the business. Therefore, this amount, right? Receivable amount, we call what? Rent income. What? Rent income receivable. Understand? Rent income receivable. So it will be an asset for the business because future economic benefits will be received. What's the past transaction here? As a result of past event. What's the past event? Building, provide. Rented. Make rented. Dunna. Building ka dunna. That's the past event. Can't you control? You can control. You can please pay the rent on time. Right? Please settle the balance within 1 month, next 2 weeks, like that. You can inform me what are the future benefits. This 80,000 will be received to the business, will be received, right, within next few days, right? Future benefits will be received, right? Therefore, we call it income receivables, right? Are not main incomes, right? And selling stocks, right? Receivable amount from the customers we call debtors, trade debtors, but these are the other incomes, right? Not main incomes, right? In addition to the main transactions providing, right? Like interest income receivables, rent income receivables, commission income receivables, right? Like other incomes, not main incomes. Those are we call income receivables, right? Rent income receivables, interest income receivables, commission income receivables, right? Like that. Understand? Therefore, it will be an asset for the business, right? Next examples are my intangible assets. Right, intangible assets, and last examples was what? Property, plant, and equipment. Property, plant, and equipment. Right, short form I told you PP&E. Right, PPE. Okay, so simply, right, intangible assets means you can't touch, right? You can't touch, cannot touch and feel, right? You can't touch or feel, right? There's no physical substances, right? Physically you can't touch, right? There are no physical substances, but these are you can touch, right? Can touch and feel, right? Feel. So no physical substances, no physically substances, right? But this one has a physical substances. Okay, the physical substances. Understand what is the meaning? So then these are intangible. But this one, there's another word we can call this one tangible assets. Same, tangible assets. Tangible what? Assets. Understand? Tangibles. You can touch, right? Physically, right? Examples are very easy. What are the examples? So, right, lands, right? Lands, you can touch me. Buildings, right? Motor vehicles, okay, the motor vehicles, then machines, right? Computers. Understood? These things are help for use purpose, right? For use, for use purpose, for use. Therefore, we call them those are property, plant, and equipment. Here, plant means simply machines, right? Machines plant plant means machines, right? Property, machines, and equipments, right? Furnitures, right? Everything, land, building, motor vehicles, furnitures, computers, anything, right? You can touch, right? But what are the meanings of intangible assets? On simply, there are some assets intangible, right? Goodwill, me goodwill. What is the meaning of goodwill? Goodwill means reputation, right? Reputation. Right? Can you touch the reputation? No, but you can get benefits. Then Coca-Cola company, right? Good reputation. Because of the reputation, they can get future sales, future benefits. Asset, right? Assets. Understand? Reputation, right? Good reputation, goodwill. Then next one are my brand logos, right? Brand names and brand logos, right? Brand logos, brand names, right? Anything, what, right? Because of them, computer, what, uh, Apple logo, right? Apple logo. When you see it, good brand names, right? You hope to get Apple devices, right? Get future benefits, right? Apple company can get future benefits because of their brand name, brand logos, right? And what's the right? And other things like what? Copyrights. Okay? Copyrights. Do you know what is the meaning of copyrights? Copyrights. Copyright means simply, have you seen this C in this one? Have you seen C? C means like copyright, copyrights, right? Then you can't copy like books, like music videos, YouTube videos, right? Pictures, right? You can get copyrights. Then other can't copy it, right? Other can't use it for their purposes. Understand the copyrights, right? Not only for books, right? Books also තමයි ගොඩක්ම තියෙන්නේ, but not only for books, music videos, right? YouTube videos, right? Films, right? Pictures, drawings, right? Right? Those are what? Patents, intangible assets. Right. One student tell me patents. Hey, what is the meaning of patents? Right. Patent means simply right. No need to write down right definitions. Right. Just keep in mind. Patent means simply right. Then listing who's the inventor of light bulb, like Thomas Alva Edison, right? Thomas Alva Edison's. So then Thomas Alva Edison can get patent rights. Patent right means simply right, which is like ownership getting from the government. The government, then other cars copy, other cars produce bulbs, right? They have to get ownership, right? They have to ask from the Thomas Alva Edison. Understand? Then you can search, like you can search through the Google. Let's see what is the meaning. All right, get the patents of mobile phones, patent of TVs, patents of motor vehicles, right? You can download PDFs. PDF එක ගන්න පුළුවන් හරිද? Right? කොහොමද කරේ කියලා එහෙම then all the like plans, all the right secrets you can download. Understand? But you can't manufacture. You have to get the what rights, right, from the related parties, patents, right? Get future benefits. අනිත් sell කරන්න පුළුවන්. They can transfer the ownership, right? They can give to produce others, right? අන්න ඒ වගේ කරන්න පුළුවන් ගොඩක්, right? Patents. Understand? And also computer softwares. Computer software also ළමයි මේ computer softwares can you touch? MS Word. Yeah, simply, yeah, right? Computer softwares ළමයි. Can you touch? No. Applications and words, Word, MS Word, PowerPoint, right? Excel, right? Computer, Photoshop, Illustrator, like that. You can touch and feel, right? You can get future benefits. You can use it for business activities. Those are assets, right? Simply keep in mind intangible assets and tangible assets. Understand the right? First of all, write down